It has taken scholars, yes, academics, a lot of time to come up with a conclusion that literature is the reflection of people's experience presented in fictional form. When I'm looking at the African experience, how they are captured in fictional form in written works. This is Flow Up, and you're welcome to this channel. We deal with French language, culture, civilization. We deal with phonetics and grammar for beginners in French. And so hit the subscribe button and follow us to get more updates as far as this field of learning is concerned. Now, African literature written in French, we have the written literature and then we have the oral literature. Written literature has its own genres like the oral literature. Now, the very first thing you want to think about is the characteristics of written literature. Number one, they are written. That's why they are called written literature. Number two, they can be conserved from one generation to the other. Number three, they can be transmitted and then we can trust their conservation because they are documented then. Now, what about the different genres of written literature? Before now, we have three basic genres. We have theatre, we have the roman, we have what we call poesy. Now, these are the three broad categories. Over the years, we have looked at la critique littéraire, that is literary criticism. It's not a genre on its own. Now, let's look at the very first one, which is la prose, or you call it roman. It could be conte, it could be fable. Now, what are the characteristics of a roman? Number one, we have it is written in paragraph and also written in chapters. And these chapters can be numbered, they might not be numbered, depending on the author's description and style he wants to employ. Number three is that a lot of characters, we call them personnages in French. A lot of personages are used in this particular kind of writing. Number three, you find that they are mostly written to be read, not to be acted. Now, as we look at roman generally, that is novels, we have three basic broad categories. Number one, we have roman policier. That's detective novels. They help you to look at crime scenes, and we have, for example, Marguerite on a piège in a French, one of the French classic. And there also have things that has to do with roman de divertissement. You just read them for fun. In English, we have the chase and some other books we read. And then you have called roman academic. This roman academic, they are the core of African literature written in French. And then we have quite a lot of them. Batouala, we have books like Yunvi the Boy. I want to understand what we call littérature engagée and littérature la polar. Now, the one we are dealing with in this video, we call them littérature engagée because they carry a specific message the writer wishes to convey to the reading audience. Whereas for la polar, these are novels you read just to pass time and have fun, and just they have more of description, nature, beauty, which is good anyway, but they don't really carry a particular message that addresses the realities of people. It actually meets our definition of literature, that is the reflection of human experience in fictional forms. Let's look at the basic things that make up a prose, or we call it roman in French. The theme is very important in a prose fiction in the sense that the theme is the central message the writer wishes to convey. I'm going to take a list of novels now to show you how themes are presented. I'm going to pick number one, La Vie et Demie. We see dictatorship projected there, reflecting the African dictatorship after colonization, and it's after the independence period. Now, you can pick a novel like Yunvi the Boy. It reflects the ease and the dehumanization of man, colonization. You can pick Le Mandat, you can pick Les Soleils des Indépendants. I'm going to see the transition from colonialism, I mean from the tradition to modern times. And let's come to recent novels now. Let me pick popular writers of the 21st century. Pick Alain Mambankou. You pick Vercassé, for example. You're going to see him projecting the theme of drunkenness, the shattered life of drunks in that novel. Now, when you go to his next award-winning book, Le Mémoire de Porc Épic, he projects the African culture, the beauty of African culture. How African culture actually helps in a way to conserve nature. He projected in that particular novel. Now, let's come to another of his work. I'm going to use another one now, and that is Demain j'aurai 20 ans. Tomorrow I'll be 20. And I talk about the offense unique. Children, just one child born by parents. They believe that the children are evil. They've locked the womb of their parents, so they cannot conceive again. These messages, they are called the themes. However, you could have what we call the theme principal and the theme subordonné. The principal theme, these are the major themes to what makes up the novel, what the author is trying to talk about. Now, the theme subordonné relates to the other themes that happen that leads to the major theme. Take, for example, I picked this work by Leila Slimani. In Shonsondus, the major theme is the struggle of being a mother, the modern woman, so within maternity and profession and career, and how the child was killed. That's the major theme. But we also have the theme of suicide in the novel. We have the theme of racism. We have the theme of exploitation. All these other supporting themes led to the overall theme, at least the struggle of being a mother in the contemporary world. That's for the theme. The next thing you want to analyze a particular work of fiction, a prose work, is the character, the personage. And then we have different types of personages. We have what the protagonist. This is actually the hero of the book most of the time. That's the protagonist. Then what we call the confidant. Now, the confidant is very important. He said that the protagonist rely more on the confidant, shares his passion and vision with him. Then we have antagonist. Now, this antagonist refer to the rival of the protagonist. Apart from this character, we also have what we call the personage secondaire. Those are the principal characters. They have other characters in the book. They also contribute to carry out the function of these principal characters. The next one is the intrigue, the story. Now, at times, the storyline can be a linear plot, that is, you begin from the beginning to the end, or it could be a plot that is not linear in the sense that you have a call retour en arrière, you have your flashback, your flash forward. Take Leila Slimani's work against your Sundays. We begin from the end of the novel in the very first line of the novel. We call it flash forward, and that's going to be flashback, and then you go back and forth in the work. Now, we call the angle of narration. It could be the first person, where you have Juju like Kamala's work, or it could be in the third person. You can also call suspense in a particular work, and this the action is paused. You are allowed to think and see how to come about it, and you have your flashback, and then finally, I will call the card social, card geographic. Now, where is the novel located? That's the card geographic. Card social, talking about the social landscape of the novel. So, as you analyze prose fiction, the character's perspective, from thematic perspective, these are the key things you want to take note of. If you have watched the video thus far, I congratulate you. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.